The needle valve is this is the needle valve. They turned it out a piece of hex material, threaded it this end, threaded it there, and put the taper on it. This makes up the needle valve, and it has a brass spring on this side, and the little lever has got little notches in them. You will find them that don't have the notches. That goes on there. They will have a lock washer, and they will have a nut. And when that is tightened up there, then that constitutes your needle valve. And these, when they were from the factory, was extremely sharp. It's a long taper, and the seat in the mixer, the seat in the carburetor matches the taper here. And if this gets bent, and when you turn this, if this is bent a little bit, and it's a common occurrence for this to get bent. Okay, if that is bent and you take it in there and you bottom it out, okay, when you turn it back, then the little needle in there will be offset to the seat. So when you back it out, then you're opening at offset. So that really does need to be set true for it to work correctly, and that offset has a lot to do with where you set this at on the initial setting. That's the reason that you can't say, well, just turn it one turn and lock it in, or turn it a turn and a half, is because there is other factors that comes into play. One of them being is if the point on that has been dubbed off. If somebody had it out and polished it on the polishing wheel thinking that it needed to be something done to it, seems like, as a rule, these pointers, when the needle valve is set correctly, then when you close this, most of them will bottom out a little short of hitting the gas tank top. Most of them will, like right there, because it does not need to open that much. The little hole in yonder, you're not going to be able to see that, but the little orifice is really small. Do not drill. Do not run a drill bit through yonder and open that hole up. Do not do that. The smaller that hole is the more atomized your fuel will be. So, with that said, it'll be your individual engine as to where closed will be at. Some of them will go over and bottom out, and some will not. To achieve the adjustment in the upright position, well, just that's the way it works. These mixers, this one right here, it appears to be no good. When you have parts like this, lay them aside, because there will come a time when we need to rebuild these parts. Now, someone has sawed these pickups off. And let me tell you something else. The gas cap, the plug in your gas tank, do not drill a hole in it. If you have one that's got a hole in it, take it out, throw it away, or braze it up. This tube right here, that's the vent for the gas tank. When you drill a hole here, the only thing you're accomplishing is to get gas all over the tank. Go ahead and fix that immediately. Make sure this vent is open, and you'll have no problems. Now, this one right here, this was on an engine I bought, and the throttle screw, the fuel adjusting screw, had most likely been broken off, and then somebody attempted with a hand drill, most likely, to drill it out, and it went crooked. So it's a skew in there, and they didn't get it out, so they must have just abandoned it. So the broken off needle valve is still down in yonder, and you can fix this. It's not that big a deal. What you would do is put it on the milling machine, mill that out, press in a length of solid material, press it in, and then re-drill it, re-thread it, and you've repaired a mixer. And also they sawed these tubes off, and you can just punch them right out and press in 2 new tubes the appropriate size and length. By all means, if you have a mixer body this good with just this problem, it can be repaired. Save them. They are worth something. The way that the next question is how long does this pickup tube in the carburetor need to be? You know, how do you know which one that you need? What you do is take the ruler use it as a depth gauge, set it down in there, move that down. Okay, that's the total length that you can work with. If you set this pickup tube at this length, it would be on the bottom of the tank or really close. So what's this one in particular, this is the length that was in there. And so it's about, well, it's not about, it's 1/4 of an inch proud this way. So when you put it in there, it's 1/4 inch from the bottom of the gas tank. Okay, I do got a whole bunch of these old junkyard specials out there in the shed. And so, you know, if there's something y'all want me to tear apart, bring an update on, just leave a comment down there, and I'll drag something out there and take it apart and see, can we fix it? You know, we may get one of them running. I hope y'all have as much fun of this as I do. Y'all check back now.